Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Tuesday, November 5th, 2013. It's election day in New Jersey and Virginia for the gubernatorial election and in New York City for the mayoralty election. If you're listening on the radio and want to watch this, go to www.catex.com. The UK's biggest commercial insurer, Royal Sun Alliance, warned today that bigger than expected weather-related claims in Europe and Canada would severely hit its underwriting profit. The St. Jude's Day storm in the UK is expected to produce about $105 million in claims. They also were hit by their Canadian arm, which saw severe flooding over the quarter. They expect that the weather loss ratio of 2.2% will reflect an increase of about 1.5 points. The stock is being punished today on the London stock market. Hannover Re, the world's third biggest reinsurer, reported a bigger than expected drop in its third quarter earnings, weighed by higher cat claims, but still said it's on track to achieve its guidance for the full year. Hannover Re made an operating profit of 291 million euros in the quarter that ended September 30th, down from 420 million the same period last year. They too took a number of cat hits. Their catastrophe losses rose to about 447 million euros. That includes a 64 million euro loss to the hailstorms that struck Germany in July. Meanwhile, down in Bermuda at Endurance, the revised strategy under the new chairman, Charman, was clear to see when it released its third quarter results. They cut their sale of reinsurance by about 42%. Net written premiums dropped by about $122 million, down to $171 million. This reflected a cutback of reinsurance sales of about $67 million in the property unit, as well as about $91 million in a number of quota share contracts. Meanwhile, the company's top operating profits for the third quarter surged to about $84 million, up from $26 million. Charman said that this reflects situations where pricing and terms are not adequate. Endurance will not write the reinsurance cover. Pretty basic stuff, but it takes John Charman to do it, and he's making money. Yesterday afternoon, Moody's downgraded its rating on the broker Cooper Gay Sweat & Crawford from B2 to B3 because of so-called challenges the broker faces in its international operations. Toby Esser responded, the chairman and CEO. He said, "Our business in North America is showing very strong momentum and growth, not seen for a number of years. It's disappointing that some volatility we've experienced in our international units has resulted in a downgrade." We wish Mr. Esser the best. Billionaire Stephen A. Cohen's Capital Advisors, the hedge fund accused of fostering a culture of rampant insider trading, has agreed to plead guilty to securities fraud and wire fraud and pay a record $1.8 billion and to shut down its investment advisory business. The fund's penalty includes a $616 million penalty that Cohen himself has agreed to pay the SEC to settle a related lawsuit back in March. They have also agreed to convert that hedge fund down to a family fund. Interesting. U.S. drug maker Johnson & Johnson has also paid a $2.2 billion U.S. fine to regulators and pleaded guilty to the charge that it unlawfully marketed its antipsychotic drug Risperdal. The settlement ends a decade-long probe into claims that the company marketed Risperdal, which treats schizophrenia and bipolar mania, for uses that were not approved by the FDA. It will also resolve investigations into the marketing of two other drugs by J&J and an inquiry into allegations that J&J bribed nursing home pharmacy group Omnicare to boost sales to its patients. Yesterday in the morning, German officials said that a huge hoard of art had been discovered at a Munich apartment. It included works from Pablo Picasso, Marc Chagall, Max Liebermann, and others dating back to the 1500s, some of which were apparently seized by the Nazis. Investigators said that they searched the apartment as part of a tax investigation that started off with a routine check on a Zurich to Munich train in late 2010. They found 121 framed and 1,285 unframed paintings, all in good condition. You can be sure that this will have insurance claims because somewhere somebody has already paid the claim on this, and if they're ever returned to their owners, they'll get their money back. North Korea revealed that one of its warships sank last month, killing a number of sailors. It was a rare admission of military failure. The state showed the supreme leader, Mr. Kim, Kim Jong-un at a naval cemetery. Mr. Jong-un said that the sinking occurred in the continuing war with the American aggressors. Sources are indicating that the ship in fact sank because of age and poor maintenance. Yesterday afternoon, there was a blast in Chicago that actually registered 3.7 on the Richter scale. The U.S. Geological Survey announced it as an earthquake. And then later, somebody looked at the seismograph and detected that the patterns were not normal seismic waves from an earthquake. It was tracked back to a quarry blast operated by the Hanson Materials Service at 9101 West 47th Street in McCook, Illinois, a western suburb of Chicago. Well, that's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.